Eskom is announced it will be pushing to take over electricity distribution in municipalities that are in arrears on their bulk supply bills, saying the situation has become financially unsustainable. And the power utility argues that the National Treasury's municipal debt relief program, introduced to help struggling municipalities, has largely failed, with only a handful of participants meeting the conditions for debt write-off. Now, freelance energy journalist Antoinette Slabart joins us on the line to share some insights. Antoinette, a very good evening and good to have you with us on Power Business.
Thank you, Nosiko. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, Antoinette, since the Energy Department has managed to get load shedding sort of under wraps a bit in the past year, we've been hearing the Energy Minister quite a bit talking in his usual briefings, saying how, they are talking about how the municipalities, how much they owe Eskom and what's being done there, plans to ring fence funds in order for Eskom to be able to sort of operate when it comes to distribution. But can you give us a brief overview then of Eskom's proposal to take over electricity distribution in municipalities that are in arrears?
Yes, Nosiko, it's quite interesting. I don't know whether you can remember when Andre de Ruyter was in charge of Eskom, he was talking about active partnership agreements. That was his proposal at that stage to help these municipalities. And it was really a collaboration between Eskom and the municipalities to help the municipalities to manage their financial affairs in relation to electricity better. Now, what Dan Marokane is now proposing is actually taking it a step further. It's really for Eskom to take over from the municipalities that owe them. So Eskom will ring fence again the electricity function. Then they will do the metering, the billing, and the collection. The money will go to Eskom, and Eskom will pay the small change that goes to the municipality and keep the big chunk for the bulk services that they supply to the municipalities. And another aspect is that the money for free basic electricity that municipalities supply to the indigent, that is currently paid from national government to the municipalities. But the municipalities don't use that to pay the Eskom bill, they use it for other things. So part of this plan is that money will be paid directly to Eskom.
Yeah, certainly. But then on, as this article that you wrote points to, is this municipal debt relief program being ineffective. Can you talk to us about why Eskom believes in the current municipal debt relief program is ineffective?
Well, I find it quite interesting that Eskom outright says it failed because from National Treasury's side, it is actually quite an innovative plan, I think. They have set up some conditions. So if a municipality owes Eskom a lot of money, they can apply to be part of this program. And if they comply with these conditions, the debt can be written off in 3 tranches over 3 years. Now, it may sound like a big failure if you look at the numbers, because 71 municipalities have been admitted to the program, and 60 of them are not paying Eskom regularly at the moment. They got letters from National Treasury to say they are not complying. But on the other hand, there are 14 of them that have already had some debt written off. Now, yes, there are many that are not complying, but I don't know of any other program that has helped 14 municipalities in one go, so to speak, to improve their finances. So I'm not 100% convinced that you can just say the program is not working. Mm-hmm. And I'm interested in what National Treasury's view is. Because one of the other aspects of this Treasury plan is that if a municipality does not comply and it's, so to speak, kicked off the program, then they must agree that they will apply to NERSA, the regulator, to forfeit the electricity distribution license, and that the license can be awarded to someone else who will be able to provide the service effectively and efficiently. So to me, it seems as if Eskom is really trying to do a takeover here, whereas, yes, we agree the municipalities, or many of them, cannot do the job. But are there not other players? Why must it necessarily be Eskom that takes over?
Very interesting point you make there, Antoinette, especially also that point on it appears that maybe, in terms of solving this, National Treasury spread themselves too thin. And that's why we're seeing sort of the slow pace when it comes to the reforms there. But how are then the larger metros like Johannesburg, Tshwane and Ekurhuleni contributing to the problem? And how are they responding to Eskom's push for intervention? I know the city of Joburg was facing renewed power cuts over their Eskom debt dispute, that threat appearing to be resurfacing in recent days. But in general, Antoinette, how are the larger metros then, contributing to the problem?
Yes, Marakane said, and Monde Bala, who's head of distribution at Eskom, they said that the problem is that more and more metros are also battling to pay their Eskom bills. And because these municipalities are so big, it's a large chunk of money every month that is at stake. So once they get onto the list of defaulters, the outstanding amounts just grow exponentially. So at the moment, only Mangaung is part of that debt relief program of Treasury, and they are still in compliance. But City of Tshwane, City of Joburg, and Ekurhuleni are battling. Now, Eskom has come to an agreement with the City of Tshwane, so it seems as if they are complying at the moment with at least paying the current bill. They're still talking to City of Joburg. You will remember the minister intervened there. There's a dispute. He referred the dispute to Sanedi. We haven't seen the
results
report that Sanedi gave to him. So that is still up in the air. And then Mr. Bala said Ekurhuleni is battling, but they are still sort of keeping up with the current bills. So it's not a clean bill of health on the side of the metros either.
Yeah. And as we wrap up then, Antoinette, with then the metros now also beginning to default, how much more complicated or urgent then has this made Eskom's debt recovery situation?
I think it's really urgent on the Eskom side. It's 100 billion rand that's outstanding. That's in arrears, actually, from municipalities. And it is really threatening Eskom's sustainability. Eskom was deep in debt, and government then reluctantly gave it a bailout of 254 billion over 3 years to get it back to a point where it's sustainable. We're almost at the end of that program. But now we have got this huge municipal debt problem. It increased by 33% over the last year. And if this is not addressed, Eskom will be back where it started. It will negate all the whole impact of that 254 billion rand government bailout.
In closing then, Antoinette, what powers then does the National Treasury currently have to support Eskom's proposed takeover, and why is a legislative amendment or circular being suggested?
Well, the problem that Eskom faces at the moment is that this plan of theirs is not mandatory. So the municipality has to agree. And they, generally speaking, won't agree because they lose control. They lose control of money that they currently use for other purposes. And it can have an impact on the delivery of other services as well. So what Eskom wants is that National Treasury must make it mandatory, and they say that can be done either through a circular. National Treasury issues regular circulars to municipalities, or by changing the law. And we will have to see whether National Treasury and SALGA and the unions, whether they agree to do this or how they will approach the matter.
All right, Antoinette, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for taking us through that conversation. Really appreciate your time this evening. All right, that was Antoinette Slabot, freelance energy journalist there, talking to us about Eskom's plans to compel Treasury or asking Treasury to compel municipalities that are in arrears to allow the utility to take over when it comes to their financial situation there.